This question puts together everything we've looked at so far. So we have what we looked at in the previous video, which was distributive property, but twice. And we also have what we looked at before, which was adding and subtracting trinomials or polynomials. So this is multiple steps that ask us to put everything together. So I'm going to start off by doing the distributive property because you always want to get rid of the brackets first. And in this case, in order to get rid of the brackets, I need to use the distributive property. So I'm going to multiply the first set of terms inside brackets by 5. And on this side, I'm going to multiply by -4. So 5 times 3y is 15y. 5 times -8 is going to give me a negative number, a -40. 5 times -2y squared. So 5 doesn't have a variable, but I can multiply by the coefficient over here, so that'll give me -10y squared. I would just get into the habit of reading this as a negative sign in front of the 2 because it'll get really complicated if you try to multiply 5 and 2, but then also have to subtract it, so it's easier just to write it out the first time. Then I look over here, so I have to multiply these two terms by -4. There's a negative sign in front of it, so that makes it -4. And again, if I were to multiply by 4 and then subtract it after, I'm just giving myself extra work, so it's easier to just look at this as a negative number. This is -4 and it's multiplying everything inside. So -4 times -2y squared gives me positive 8y squared. And then -4 times -10 gives me positive 40. Now I can collect the like terms. So in this case, my like terms are, I have 15y and it doesn't repeat anywhere, so this is on its own. I have -40 and positive 40, so those are like terms. And I have -10y and positive 8y. Those are like terms. So I'm rewriting it with the like terms beside each other. Now that the like terms are together, I can combine them. So 15y didn't have a like term, so it's going to stay the way it was. -40 and positive 40 cancel out and make 0. -10y squared plus 8y squared. So I'm going to look at the coefficients. So -10 plus 8, that means I'm starting in the negatives on the number line, and I'm adding a positive number, so I'm going towards the positive, and that gives me -2, and the power stays the same. So that's 15y minus 2y squared. And as I was saying earlier, I can rewrite this so that the exponent with the highest power comes first. Notice that when I switch the order, the question stays the same. The 15 is positive, so there's a plus sign in front of it, and this is negative, so there's a minus sign in front of it. And that's how you do it. Hopefully that made sense. You can take a look at some of the practice questions.